everybody, welcome to the second episode of the series Toxic People. Today we're going to talk about toxic relationships. I'm Rita and today it's all about you. By definition, a toxic relationship is a relationship where we have most of the behaviors of insecurity, of dominance and self-centered. These behaviors, they damage the other person. Toxic relationships are created by toxic people. Toxic parents just recreate the same pattern and the same behaviors that their own parents had with them when they were a child. Behavior of a toxic mother and behavior of a toxic father can be different. Absence is an example of a toxic father behavior. Usually there are threats and violence that conducts to fear. They tend to be self-centered, to overshare, to control and to be overcritical. In another way, a toxic mother, she wants to be your best friend, she is overcritical, she uses guilt as a manipulation, humiliation, passive-aggressive conducts and behaviors, tends to be disrespectful about your boundaries and not supportive. But there are certain ways of dealing with toxic parents. They usually can use manipulation and guilt in order to get what they want from you, but you have to remember yourself that you don't have to make them happy. It's not your job to make your parents happy. Children with these parents, usually they have trouble to find themselves, to know what they want, to know what they are, and to define what they want to do in her future. And always because they are not used to think much about themselves, because they constantly think about the parents. Second thing, accept that you can always change yourself but not others. You can focus on what you can achieve and what you already achieve. But remember that others, they are not the ones that you should focus on. You should focus on yourself, and if you want to change, you should think about your own changes and not to feel the need to change others. Set your own boundaries and be aware that you need to express what you want and what you need. Don't tolerate any kind of abusive or physical or verbal abuse from your parents. Take your time to analyze all your feelings in order to be able and to be ready to forgive. Forgive, it's a very powerful tool, and you should use it in order for you to feel better about yourself and be able to move on from certain situations. See a therapist or a counselor if you feel that you need, and if you feel that you need an extra help. It's not a shame to search for your well-being. It's a very strong behave, and it means that you are taking care of yourself. Be the person that you want to be, and not just the person that your parents want you to be. You should live your own life without worrying about your parents and what they are thinking about your life, about your behaviors in life, and all the things that how you choose to live your own life. Having siblings, it can be great. You have a person that understands you, you have a person where you can relate on, you have a person that you can trust, and you have a person that you have a special bond that makes you feel much more confident about yourself. Or just not, because not all the siblings can have a great relationship, and this is okay. There are lots of siblings that don't have a normal or a friendly relationship, and this is something that happens, and it's something that you can try to change if you want to. On the other way, you can just move on and leave it if it's a person that you can't really feel that kind of bond and that kind of union in your own way. So it's possible that there's siblings that are toxic too. And in this way, we have to find ways to deal with unhealthy siblings relationships. Sometimes they are overcritical, they are manipulative, they don't seem to show any kind of remorse, they don't seem to respect your boundaries, they bring negativity, and sometimes you feel that your family encourages this kind of behaviors. But how to deal with this kind of toxic sibling behaviors? Don't feel guilty about not having a great relationship with your siblings. Not all the siblings can have this bond, and seek a therapist if you feel more comfortable, or if you prefer, you can talk to other members of your family about all your concerns and about your relationship with your siblings. Talk to your own sibling about this, talk to them about all your feelings with low expectations, and try to be the openest you can, and try to explain how and why you feel that way. And if after a deep conversation you feel that nothing had changed, you can just set boundaries and move on with your life, and try to live your life the way you like it and the way you want it, and try to just have a healthy boundary with your siblings in order for you not to get hurt any longer in this relationship. When the toxic person in your relationships is your friend or is a friend, you can feel certain aspects that they are a little bit different. You can feel that they are jealous about you or about your circle of friends or family. You can see that they usually use passive-aggressive comments that really hurt you. They constantly cross boundaries with you without an apology. They play the victim, and they cause you a great way of feeling anxiety and stress when you are with them. And they constantly make you feel down with blame, control and isolation. And the better way to deal with a friend that it's toxic is to move forward. You can try to talk to them about your feelings and about all of these things, and you can just move away from this toxic relationship. I think it's most of the times not very easy to walk away from a person that we really like and that we really care, but sometimes it's something that we need to do in order to feel much better about ourselves and to not drown ourselves in the negative feelings that they bring you. That's all for today, guys. This toxic relationship, particularly with parents, are something that it's very difficult to deal with. It's something that it's very strong, because most of the times they came from childhood, and it's something that it's very difficult to deal with. But I think you can here have some examples of some tips and some ideas and some perspectives of how to deal, or at least try to help deal with these kind of situations and have a better relationship, or at least have a much better feeling about yourself and about others. So I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe the channel, leave a thumbs up and a comment if you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye!